Today we're talking about Canadian heroes. My first Canadian hero that I'm going to be talking about today is Chris Hadfield. Chris Hadfield is a true Canadian hero in every sense. If you don't know who he is, he's a Canadian military veteran. He's a pilot, test pilot, fighter pilot. He's an astronaut, an author, a singer, a speaker, a creator, an author. He's an ambassador, an engineer, and a photographer, which is how he came to be known by most Canadians. So forget all those make-believe heroes. Chris Hadfield is a real Canadian hero. Here's why. In Hadfield's 2013 An Astronomer's Guide to Life on Earth, What's Going to Space Taught Me About Ingenuity, Determination, and Being Prepared for Anything, is not only an autobiography, but a guide to how to live positively and how to be successful. When I read this book, I was amazed and motivated. One thing that sticks with me most is his whole theory of being a +1. This is about being more productive in all areas of your life, contributing more than what is expected of you, going above and beyond in every situation in your life, and see where that takes you. So, from promotions at work to a happy, healthy family, imagine what this country could achieve if every Canadian focused on being a +1. It would be world-changing. I understand that Canadians are much less productive than our American counterparts. Now, that's an average over many different production capabilities, and some can be attributed to better production equipment. But overall, we need to up our game. We need to step it up. Chris Hadfield first came to my attention in 2012 when he was in space, and as he always does, he was going above and beyond. So in his little spare time that he had up there, he was taking time to send amazing pictures of things never seen before, perspectives in space that ordinary people don't ever get to see. And along with his busy schedule in space, he took time to speak to students, classes, and schools from all over Canada and everywhere. This was eye-opening to many who thought that being a Canadian and an astronaut was not possible. How did Chris Hadfield manage to accomplish the many things that he has? By always being a +1, going above and beyond what is expected of him each and every time. If you haven't read or listened to An Astronomer's Guide to Life on Earth, you should really read it. I highly recommend it. Even if you aren't a reader, this is worth it. If you only read one book this year, make it this one. You won't be disappointed. Chris Hadfield is retired now, but is he sitting at home watching TV? Absolutely not. He's hosting TV shows. He's creating and hosting National Geographic series, One Strange Rock. He's doing TED Talks, and he's writing best-selling novels. Not just the autobiography that I've mentioned earlier, but he's also started writing novels. Thus far, he has 3 novels with a framework written for the 4th. This is the one I want to talk about today. This is the first novel in a series called The Apollo Murders, followed by The Defector and Final Orbit. If you're a reader, these novels are awesome. Every bit as good as anything by James Patterson or Clive Cussler or Lee Child. If they don't make all 3 of these books into movies, the movie industry is missing out because they would make phenomenal movies. If you aren't a reader, think about listening to these novels because they're great that way too. I read the first one, but listened to the other two, and I just listened to them on my way to and from work. And that's a great way to listen to books, not just Chris Hadfield's, or not just novels, but a lot of self-help books as well are great to listen to. They are intensely entertaining, suspenseful, intriguing, and packed full of cool information about space and spaceships and NASA. The books are set during the Cold War, at the height of the tension between the US and the USSR. And if you have children, Chris Hadfield also wrote You Are Here and Darkest Dark. They are well worth buying for your children. What a great example Chris Hadfield has set for our children. Skip the comic books and buy a kid's book featuring a real hero. I believe Chris Hadfield embraced the thought process of we only get one go at the planet. He has lived his life to the fullest. He is an inspiration and example to us all as to how to live our lives being the most productive people that we can. Let's give this Canadian some love by reading or listening to his books. I'm Sherry. I'm Canadian Made. Subscribe if you want more content about Canadian stuff.